everyone! Isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I am Queenie and I will be your host for this webinar. Thank you very much for dropping by and you are welcome to stay. It's a beautiful Thursday evening and welcome to the first live webinar of Emerge Space. Sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala ng Emerge Space, this is a co-working space na naging virtual space na din ngayon. So if you want to make your business legit but have a limited budget for a rental space, pwede mong gamitin ang address ng Emerge Space para ma-register mo na ang business mo. And you can also make use of their virtual office services like call and mail handling, use of their virtual conference room, parcel receiving, and many more. So please check their page for great deals for you to start your business now and give them a follow na din. But more importantly, Emerge Space hopes to build a community of business-minded people who will help and support each other. So, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay kung paano mag-thrive sa panahon ng pandemya. Hence, our title, Thrive, Not Survive. What it takes to emerge from a pandemic shutdown. Well, most of us Filipinos, being the resilient people that we are already happy to have survived, challenges or survived a typhoon like that. But thriving is way, way better than just merely surviving. Surviving is doing what is necessary to live, but thriving is not being satisfied with just surviving. So this is reaching above to make continual progress so people can, prosper and be productive even at this time of pandemic. So we have 4 guests who chose to thrive this pandemic, and they will tell their stories on how they were able to start their businesses despite the challenges that we all face these days. So stay tuned, mga best, mga guys, everyone. Please stay tuned. And we also have special prizes to lucky ones. So just follow the mechanics that will be found in the page. but gumaganito ako. In the page of Emerge Space, just follow the mechanics and we will announce the winners later. Okay? So I am so excited to introduce our guest this evening. First, we have the owner of Aja Deliveries. We have Miss Janae Rabe. Please introduce yourself po.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Nice to meet you, Queenie. So my name is Janae, Aja Deliveries. We are a buying and delivery service, and we provide a concierge service actually to everyone. So our goal is to provide peace of mind to your deliveries.
Wow, that's wonderful. And our second guest is the CEO of ROG.ph. We have Sir Benj Florentino.
Hi guys, good evening. My company is ROG.ph. We are a franchise company. Since pandemic, ginawa namin PC rental for those who wants to work at home and study at home. So that's it.
Wow, talagang relevant to our time kasi kailangan talaga ng mga computers ng ating mga estudyante and also our online sellers, di ba? Okay,
Right.
Thank you very much, Sir Benji. And we also have our third guest is from Pure Tea. We have Miss Lariz Dizon. Hi, Lariz.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Queenie, for that introduction. So I'm Lariz, and I'm a digital marketer and brand strategist. But now I am also the owner of Purity, which I launched just this May during this pandemic. So, we offer premium loose leaf tea. We try to promote earth to soul goodness. All our tea is natural, eco-friendly, and of course, a health booster.
Wow, very good. So if you are a tea enthusiast ba tawag doon? Tea, if you love tea and if you also love plants, you can call yourself a plantita. I'm so OMG. Okay, medyo wale para go lang. All right, our fourth guest is the co-owner of Juggernaut Aquatic Services. We have Miss Narisa de la Peña.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good evening. Nice meeting you all. So, yes, my name is Narissa de la Peña. I'm the co-owner for Juggernaut Aquatic. So, to all fish keepers or to all fish hobbyist there, you could actually check our FB page, Juggernaut Aquatic. So it is more of accessories for your fish tank, and we do offer a sump or overhead filter sump, along with it some media filters. So since nasa bahay lang tayo and it's pandemic, I know that while working, you can take care of your fishes. So visit us.
Yeah, wow. Siyempre kailangan din natin parang therapeutic din 'di ba, mag-alaga
Mm,
ng ano, ng
true.
mga fish these days, especially yung mga colorful ones, yeah. So
Mhm,
talagang ano din, very important din yung mga ganyang hobbies. Yeah,
mhm.
so thank you very much guys. And I want to know more about you guys. What did you do? Siguro mga short ano lang, short kwento kung ano yung ginagawa niyo dati. And then paano nyo nag-start? Paano nyo na-start ang business nyo ngayon? Even though we have a lot of challenges, especially pandemic ngayon. So paano nyo na-start yung business? But give us a background kung ano pang ginagawa nyo dati. Let's start with Lariz.
Hi! Clear naman yung audio so
Yes,
far.
yes.
All right, good. So actually, before I launched Pure, I'm a key accounts manager. So for Zomato, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Zomato, but Zomato is a digital food app. So I worked there for almost 3 years. I was a consultant for restaurant owners, and it was really difficult kasi syempre sarado yung mga restaurants, malls,
Mm.
hotels that have restaurants. So it was really difficult, lalo na yung iba kong clients that they were actually in the stage of renovation, expansion. They had so many plans for the year, and it was unfortunate that, of course, as a business, you have to change your business model. But then, in the middle of yung experience ko na yun, Pure was actually an outlet. So I started Pure. I can relate to Marisa when she said na parang as a hobby first of her
Mhm.
husband. So I started Pure. I noticed that people have been very stressed and burned out during the pandemic, right? And mental
Mm-mm.
health has been such a hot topic. And I thought na maybe my team can help provide calmness and of course that safe haven for our customers. So my main platform for selling and for building a community is Instagram. And so yon, that was how I was able to thrive. I used Pure as a safe space for people to find encouragement, positivity. Although we were selling tea, I banked more on that rather than the health benefits. So yeah, we grew organically. It was really fast to the point I had to quit my job to sustain the growth. So I think
Wow.
yeah, so I think kapag may challenge, goal talaga is to readapt, right? Shift your business model right away and listen to your customers, gauge their current needs. So there.
Wow, ang galing. So, how about your name? Your name is PYUR Pure Tea. So, does it mean anything? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so our name is just a playful take with the word pure. Ginawang Y lang para creative. So it means clean or not harmful in any way. So we wanted to communicate that our tea is natural and it's healthy and it's calming, it's pure. So yeah, through our platform, we try to promote mindfulness, wellness, and sustainability. So surprisingly, diba, I did not know na tea would be a trend right now or there would be a
Mhm,
huge demand. So because a lot of
Mm-mm.
people can't sleep with coffee, as in they palpitate
mhm,
and
mhm,
they get stressed all the more. So I think a lot of people have seen the importance of tea nowadays. And right now we were able to expand to glassware and gift sets and more coming soon, especially honey.
Wow.
mhm,
Grabe, that's so exciting, Laris. Wow, we can't wait to, mag-advertise ka ng mga mas madami pang mga products from Pure Tea. Very nice. Wow. Hats off. Ang galing mo. Okay. So I also want to hear from Miss Narisa. Ano po yung ginagawa niyo noon and what made you start your business?
mm. Hi everyone. Yeah, and as I mentioned, I actually worked as an OFW for the past 12 years. I worked in Dubai. So I've been into events industry. So from operations manager, I became a project manager and eventually a country manager for Big Bad Wolf Book Sale Philippines. So Then I think I had enough for events, so why not having my own? So I
Mhm.
started putting up my own events industry since it's time for me to put on my expertise and all the knowledge that I have learned abroad. So that was the time that I think I was gear up. Though I am, it's just that we're out of control, right? So I opened up an events company in back in November, so it's just few months ago. So we're supposed to have our very first event, which is actually on May, supposed to be, but due to pandemic, we have to look for another opportunity to explore other opportunities. So in the middle of pandemic, we were thinking, okay, events is not really working at this point, so we
Mhm.
have to do something. And then I saw my husband. He was, like he was so cool. He was staring at lang sa mga aquariums. So nare-relax siya. Then he said na why not trying to sell because he joined some fish keeping group. So nakikita niya yung mga nagbebenta. So nakita namin yung opportunity. So we studied, we asked even questions to those groups and they acknowledged naman our questions. And then we started lang muna talaga sa sump. So when you say sump, it's the overhead filter sump. So it is really imperative for their fish tanks. Kasi pag wala kang sump, mahihirapan kayo keep doing the water change, which is nakakapagod. So
Ah,
we ended
mhm.
up having the overhead sump filter. So at first we started like having three pieces lang muna, and then sold, and then now we are growing up by God's grace. So
I
dun from overhead some filter lang, they ask us to sell also some media filters, and then eventually they ask us to sell submersible lights. So it's a variety na ng mga accessories talaga for fish keeping. And this time of pandemic, most of us are working from home, diba? So while they're working, they are actually looking at their pets, like those fishes. And I was so surprised with their response. And we tried to what really made us survive this pandemic is that we really build connection. And I really like having a face-to-face meeting with our clients. Though it's pandemic, it's time for me to say hi, hello, and then at least try to strengthen one another. So I
Mhm.
think that really motivates us is that me and my husband, we work together, we thrive together, and we are really so optimistic. Whatever the situation, we are positive and we do explore opportunities. So that keeps us going. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful to hear. Siyempre, mas naging close pa sila ng
Oh,
kanyang
yes.
hobby. Yeah, being the co-owner of your business and then yung
Mm,
partner mo is your hobby then. Oh, that's
mm,
wonderful. That's
yeah.
nice. Thank you very much for sharing that, Miss Nerissa. Now, I'd like to call on Miss Janae Rabe. Huli natin yung ating thorns among the roses. Okay. Yes, Miss
Yeah.
Janae.
Yeah, so okay, two of our beautiful ladies said the hobby nila, di ba? Hobby turned into business.
Oh, yeah.
Oo.
Well, for me, hindi ko po hobby ang mag-deliver. Hindi ko po yun hobby, okay? So for me, so my business is delivery service. As
Mhm,
I don't know if I mentioned it. So I used to be an event planner and a
mhm,
professional host. So I'm one of the founders of the Microphone Club, and I do have a event company, Ask Janae Today, which is AJT Events Management. So my business came about out of the spirit of helping. So what
mhm,
I did was right after the same week where the lockdown was declared, I decided to do a relief project for people
Mm.
who are in Las Piñas because I'm from Las Piñas. So I
mhm,
decided, what can I do to help that doesn't have to spend a lot of money but can actually have an impact? So I decided to distribute rice, yung bigas,
mhm,
and a lot of my friends contributed and helped. We were able to donate as much as 3,000 kilos of rice. And this is
mhm,
not
Wow.
in any way related to any government. Like, lahat yon, just
mhm,
friends and connections and people who wanted to help out. So talagang nakakatuwa siya. And then the other part of that story was that, syempre meron tayong goods na ipamimigay, paano naman natin siya madidistribute, right?
mhm,
Lockdown, so nobody can really go out. So one of the great things that happened is I have two riders in my network who volunteered to distribute these packs of rice with no payment. Like they just wanted to help. And dun sa dalawang yon, just with the two of them, each one of them brought in 10 riders.
Oh.
So in a matter of a day, actually in a matter of a day, like one day, I'm so, what? 20 riders. Yes, ma'am, ready. Saan ba natin ito dadalhin? Okay, wait lang. So, so from there, after 2 weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks of doing a lot of help, of course, I shared it with more of my friends, especially with my network of business owners. So shout out to BNI Supreme. So I shared it to them. And after they found, syempre, they're happy that I'm helping. But then the business came in because one of our members, we had a one-to-one and we talked about his business that was also pivoting to something else. And he said, Ma'am Jen, kaya ba nating mag-deliver ng computers? Di ba? Parang
Oh.
segue, di ba? Kaya ba natin Ma'am Jen, may mga riders ka? Kaya ba natin mag-deliver ng computer? So ako, clueless din ako. Kaya nga ba? I don't know. So sabi ko, try natin. Let's try. Let's see. So then that was the door opening. So we tried it. And then fortunately, kaya naman. We were able to like in one trip, maybe 1 to 2 computers at a time. And at that time, the business that my business colleague had was at the start 200 computers. So biglang ano na
Wow.
siya, door open. Okay, eto na. 20 riders, eto na. 200 computers.
Wow.
So we did that, but actually that grew even further pa. I can talk about that later, but basically that's how it started. So it's not really a business that I planned. It's not really a business that I prayed for or that, but one thing that really struck in my heart is that I wanted to help. And so this business that I have is really born out of helping. And the truth is, after that whole big project happened, when I started doing the deliveries, yung mga pa-isa-isa, it's really, the profit is so small. Like, I'm a professional host. I charge 35,000 a piece. And then one
Wow.
delivery is 20 pesos profit. So, ah! So it's like, Lord, paano ba to? Okay, nakakatulong ako, pero parang hindi to nakakatulong sa akin, like, I'm just helping. So I just continued in doing that for a little bit while my budget could still do it because it really brings money to their table. Like imagine these riders, they have
Mm-hmm.
no way to earn money. Like maybe us as business owners, we have some budget, set aside. But these people, diba, isang kahig isang tuka. So
Mm-hmm.
until further down the line that, I studied the business further and figured out how it actually works. So now we're happy to say that we're growing. We're gonna have an app soon. So yes.
Wow, that's wonderful and that's very inspiring. Ano, grabe. Tutulong ka lang and then the Lord impressed you with a business. That's really wonderful. And I know it's all worth it, 'di ba? Grabe kahit pakonti-konti lang yung mga, profit, but I admire you, Miss Janae, for being so selfless. Your kind heart talaga yung nag-uumapaw doon sa ginagawa mo ngayon. So God bless your business sa inyong po lahat. sa lahat ng business niyo po. Adja. Yeah, because yeah, aja means what? Fighting, right? It
Yes.
means fighting in Korean. And yeah, it will only remind us to keep on fighting despite all the challenges that we face these days. Wow, thank you very much. So inspiring. And so yeah, we will now hear from our yeah. from Sir Benji. Yes, Sir Benji, it's your time.
Hi, good evening guys. Inspire ulit ako kay Ma'am Jen eh.
Diba?
So,
Actually, kasi
so
siya yun eh.
well, may
Hindi ko pala nasabi. Siya pala yun.
Ah,
sorry,
okay.
sorry. Di, okay.
Partners po pala kayo.
So, well, it's very inspiring. And I'm very happy for Ma'am Jen actually. So yun, my company is a franchising company. I built it since, way back 2005, 2005. 2004, I think 2005, 2006. So moving forward, it's actually my baby. I started it for computers, and before the pandemic, we already had like
Mm.
14 branches and averaging of 100 computers per branch. So I never considered myself my company that big. But during this pandemic, naramdaman ko na nanghinayang ako, "Ang laki ko na, parang nangyari."
Wow.
So, so pero never, hindi pumasok sa isip ko. Pero once yung nag-start ka na ulit, you're trying to start again, doon makikita na, teka lang, ang layo ko pala. Ang layo
Mhm.
ko ulit. Parang ganon. Anyway, uh, during the pandemic, uh, medyo ano surprise kasi the lockdown started like March 15,
Yes.
March 16 I guess. So lahat ng pera naka-out, lahat talaga. I invested in so many stuff, so many things for my company. Then lockdown. So I have so many payables the coming week. So sobrang laki ng mga payables niya, and I only have 8,000 pesos on my bank account and a couple of 20 pesos on my pocket. So I was talking with my finance officer. We were talking. I was at Bagong Ilog Bridge, and I was talking to him like, pare, paano na, anong gagawin natin? Wala tayong pera, wala tayong lahat. So doon alam ko na hindi ako, as a provider, as a CEO, yung kagad inisip ko paano yung mga tao ko, paano silang lahat. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I had to let them go. No? So that's the bitter pills to swallow.
Mm.
Aside from considering the branch closing or whatever. So yun yung unang tumama sa akin kung paano sila. Kasi wala ako nga eh. Wala rin talaga nangyari sa amin. So, but uh, a week during lockdown, uh, di pa lahat nagpapanik eh, and I'm one of them, no. So nagpapanik lahat, anong gagawin, paano yan, paano i-resume business, paano and everything. So uh, I'm proud to say or I'm happy to say that I'm one of the first to conceptualize a work from home. Namigay kami, naghanap kaagad kami ng clients, or I mean, kinoncept namin na lahat ng assets namin maparent namin kaagad sa mga businesses, like call centers or other businesses na nangangailangan ng mga computers sa mga employees nila sa bahay.
Mm.
So, una, ano bang assets na meron tayo na natitira pa sa atin at pwede natin pagkakitaan? So, yun. So, doon na buo yung work from home concept. Second, lockdown, walang pwedeng bumiyahe.
Mm.
Paano mo gagawin to? Pero okay lang, go lang. Sige, go lang. Hanap kami ng kliyente. Meron kami na close na client. Pero, paano namin di-distribute? Wala kaming means of transportation or anything. So, pero umukay na ako. Nagkapirmahan na kami ng kontrata na wala pa akong solusyon para doon. Namang problema ako, swerte na ako sa si Ma'am Jen. So, doon na yun nga yung kwento niya kanina. So, that's how it started. We were able to distribute almost like 400, 500, 600 computers.
Wow.
So, yes, siguro naambunan ako ng blessing ni Ma'am Jen sa ginagawa niya. And I'm very blessed na rin siguro. And until now, binabayaran ko yung utang na loob kay Ma'am Jen. Kaya Ma'am Jen, meron tayong delivery sa Saturday.
Yes, Aya.
Yes. Laban lang tayo. So, yun. Until now, we're not yet allowed to open. Sad to say, some of my franchises have to let their branches go. Meron din mga employees na hindi pa rin nakabalik sa amin. Siguro from almost 100 employees, we're down to like 10 employees na lang sa amin. So it's a bitter pill to swallow. Pero yun nga, we're starting all over again. We're pivoting to pivoting to another concept. And siguro ma-advise ko sa mga business owners na tulad natin na hindi naman tayo mag-start sa simula eh. So 1 to 10, we might be at 8 or 9 na. And this pandemic came, we went back to 1 or 2. At sa tingin ko hindi dun eh. Nag-start tayo ulit sa 5 or 6 or 7. Kasi the years na pinagdaanan natin na i-build yung business natin, na pwede natin i-apply kaagad sa mga iba't ibang klaseng negosyo na papasukin natin. It's a big advantage. It's a big knowledge na di basta-basta mawawala sa atin. For me, I got scared, pero luckily, while sharing my knowledge to others, wala akong balak na pagkakitaan or something. Nabibuild yung mga iba't ibang klaseng opportunities. So, yun siguro. I think na once you love something, passionate ka sa isang bagay, mahirapan kang i-let go. So once na nahirapan kang i-let go, ipaglalaban mo talaga. So Aja. Yes, that's my little success for this pandemic.
Grabe. Yeah, that's really thriving, you know? That's what you call thriving. Si Sir Benj, kayong lahat, hindi lang kayo okay, you just did not stay put and, just watch the pandemic I mean, nag-experience ng pandemic. Hindi lang ganun eh. You did something na para ma-bless hindi lang kayo, hindi lang yung mga sarili ninyo, pero ang ibang mga tao pa. Mas marami pang tao ang na-bless sa mga ginagawa nyo talaga during this pandemic. So thank you very much for sharing your stories. And so before I ask you the second question, yung mga challenges was it easy to start a business at this time of pandemic? Easy lang ba siya? What motivated you na sige laban lang tayo ganyan? But before you answer those questions, I would like to tell our viewers this evening that you can also ask them your questions, okay? You can type your questions and they will answer your questions after this session, this second question, okay, that I will ask them. So just type in your questions and we will read your questions and they will answer them later, okay? So what are the challenges? Was it easy to start a business during this time? Let's ask Ma'am Janae.
No.
Na nagsasabing no. Hindi daw, guys.
Malaking no talaga, as in, like when you're starting a business, I'm sure all of us will agree with this. Sobrang hands-on tayo. Like, binibilang natin magkano ba kinita natin, ganyan, di ba? Parang talagang tutok tayo, di ba? Alam mo yun, parang, so I have a son, so he's 16 years old. So in a way, tinuturuan ko din siya sa business. So, minsan nagko-compute ako, nakakunot yung noo ko, Mom, what's the problem? And then I say, babe, we earned 100 pesos today.
Samantala sa event.
Oh my God, yes. Talagang, so yung sinasabi nilang blood, sweat, and tears, sobrang totoo talaga. Ironically, okay, because I'm in the events business before, di ba? But I was born into it because my mom's business is catering. So in a way, although medyo mahirap pa din, pero dahil marami nang iniyak yung nanay ko, parang medyo alam ko na yung mga galawan, di ba? So, nung ako na nagtayo ng sarili ko events business, parang medyo alam ko na yun eh. Alam ko na paano diskarte, di ba? So, ngayon, ito yung talagang blood, sweat, and tears. Parang, paano natin ito gagawin? Nagpasahod ka ng buong araw, tapos ang dineliver niya 3 lang. O, Susan, sobrang stress. So, but I think what I'm appreciating, and I think for all the business owners out there, is that you really need to give yourself an opportunity to learn. Parang hindi ka pwedeng, mahirap maging perfectionist. Perfectionist kasi ako as an event planner. So kaya talagang lalong nakaka-stress. Kasi when you're building something new, parang you move with it. You grow with it. You learn like,
Wow.
okay, hindi siya nag-work. Okay, nalugi ka. Okay, negative ka pa, abonado ka pa. You grow with it. Okay, so that's not gonna work. We do something else. And then, like little by little, you figure out the system that works for you. Ganon. So, no, it's not easy. It's really not. But siguro, always, there was a time when I've broken down, I was crying, I was telling my staff, because I also hired my mga staff na, yung sa events, diba? So, wala din silang job. So,
Ah,
ginawa ko sila
yeah, yeah.
na customer service. So, sila yung, kumbaga, kausap ko. Sila yung parang pinaka-core group ko, tas yung mga riders, right? Then I would tell them, ano ba, kalokohan na to? Gagawin pa ba natin do? Parang tigilan natin to, nakaka-stress lang, ganyan. And like what they told me at the beginning, she said, Ma'am Jen, wag ka pong sumuko. Sabi niya, Ma'am, ang dami mong natutulungan, isipin mo na lang kung ilang tao
Mm.
ang napakain mo sa araw na to. Like, that was, I know parang mga parang philanthropist ako, gano'n. Hindi naman, di ba? I'm just an ordinary person. But in a way, parang my prayer is that, okay, Lord, if there's something good that is coming out of this, give me wisdom on how to manage this business so that it will work.
That's
So that it
wonderful.
will
That's
work.
great.
So
Mm.
yon. So let's take it one step at a time. And then also one thing siguro for me, nakikita ko ang daming may delivery business. In fact, yung mga iba pa nga nagme-message sa akin, Jen, paano mo ginawa yung delivery business mo? Turuan mo ko. Di ba? Parang lahat sila gusto nila delivery business. But, for me, I say to myself, I'd rather take baby steps. I don't wanna grow so big. I'd rather grow, parang, eto, na-perfect ko na tong part na to. For example, I had to interview 100 riders in 3 days dahil kay Benji. I had to interview in a matter of 2 days and then hire them because there's a big project. So, nung na-perfect ko na kung paano mag-hire and mag-onboard ng riders, yung tsaka lang ako nagsimula na, okay, pwede na tayong kumuha ng mas marami pa. Saka na, para hindi siya agad-agad na, gusto ko kasi maraming pera, eto na agad.
Mm.
It's really still taking the baby steps and, learning. Kasi every step, merong konting pagkakamali. And then we adjust and then yun. So hopefully, kaya nga sabi ko, hopefully next week may up na kami.
Wow.
Nice. Congrats,
Kasi
ma'am.
you mentioned, Ma'am Janae, na yung iba gusto nilang will go into delivery service. Kasi may mga tao talaga, especially Filipinos, may gumagawa naman ng ganyan. I think hindi ko na pupuntahan yung route na yan. Kasi may gumagawa, marami namang delivery service, marami namang nagpo-pure tea, marami namang, di ba? So, yan talaga yung mentality ng Filipinos kasi. Parang, ayoko na ng ganyan kasi marami nang gumagawa ng ganyan. Pero marami ding nai-inspire talaga sa mga ginagawa niyo talaga. And I like what you said na you really asked God for wisdom on how to
Make it
pagpatuloy
work.
itong business na to and how to make it work. Kasi yeah, everything comes from God naman, the wisdom and the knowledge na kung paano natin gawin to lahat is all coming from him. And I'm happy that you really acknowledged his presence guiding you talaga. Yes, let's hear it from Miss Leriz. Anong mga challenges mo really sa Pure Tea?
Yeah, actually connected rin sa lahat ng na-mention ni Jenny and ni Benji. But before that, I think ako yung may pinaka-different case here and maybe Narisa. Because for me naman, I just started my business during the pandemic. Same with Jenny, but sa akin, around May yun, around May. So, I think yung biggest challenge talaga would be like getting
Mm.
validation. Ang pinaka-challenge ngayon is, I think ang pinaka-buzzword is relevance, right? How to stay relevant during this pandemic because there was a huge shift sa mindset ng mga tao. Like, it was like a huge shift in terms of their life decisions, their financial stability, back to basics yung mga tao, necessity, right? And so it was really a challenge. But then I think if you want to start a business, ang goal doon is never let other people validate
Mm.
your idea for you. Like, don't ask your parents, your family, your friends, but ask your target market. Kasi that's what's
Mm.
pinaka-valuable. If you're starting a business, think of it as you being a problem solver.
So whenever somebody asks me, right, how do you go through issues or challenges when you have a business? I always flip the question. If you're not ready to face challenges or issues, then you're
Wow.
not fit for business. Because 90% of the time, you'll be dealing with problems. Siguro yung results and yung sustainability ng business mo, dun mo lang mabavalue yon in the long run, right? Like, most of it, it's you growing, you learning, you pushing yourself in different boundaries. So, I think yun, it's really quite messy. It's not glamorous to be in a business. Although people say na flexible yung time natin. That's also true, but at the same time, 24/7, people work also. So, starting with your business, feeling ko if you're so genuine about solving a problem, like with AHA deliveries, right? You recognize the problem. You want to make an impact. Go for it. Kasi ang challenge din sa akin sa Pure, kasi di ba parang
Mm.
it's a niche market. I was thinking I would only make like a small impact lang. But I'm surprised because I use my value precision or yung positioning ko is more on the self-care route, more on the sustainability. So I set myself apart from all the other leafy brands. And what kept me growing was the organic growth. Because in my first week pa lang, ang naka-100 orders na yata ako no,
Wow.
na strangers. So I don't even know how they're able to discover me, pero they just kept coming. And what kept me going was a lot of people would even gift their tea, my tea, to people who have COVID. Yung mga COVID positive friends nila. So it provided them warmth, comfort. So I think I can really relate much to solving a problem. And then, think about, of course, yung money. I think I can relate na yung money was not so much of a motivation for me. Although, of course, you have to keep the
Mm-hmm.
business sustainable. Pero yun, so siguro, ang challenge again is fighting negative feedback from the people around you, especially if it's something new or something that's not done parang normally. Kasi sa akin, lahat nagsasabi, bakit ka magla-launch during the pandemic? So many businesses are closing down and here you are trying to start a business. But that didn't worry me because I said I recognize a problem, which is more in the mental health. TU was just a way of solving it, a way of building that community and conversation. And at the same time, I got validation naman from strangers. So that's what kept me going, just knowing na, by the way, ang daming nice messages that I get from customers na it really helped them with their insomnia or depression. Parang naging,
Wow.
ano na yata ako, naging, psychologist. At 3 a.m., they would message me. Like, they would say their problems, actually. So, hindi ko alam kung anong level of service na yun. I think people were just genuinely looking for a community and positive news. And that's what kept me going. And so, yun, ang number one thing that kept me going, besides the challenge, of putting something new, is collaborations. So we saw that here, diba, with Benji and Jenny. And hopefully we'll get more collaborations after this call. So if you feel like you're alone in the business, whether you're trying to save your business or you want to put something new, find support. Find people who can support you. But I suggest don't pressure also your main network because they may not be your target market. But don't use that as validation. Kasi I think, alam mo mga Filipinos, we're pretty smart and we're pretty resourceful. Pero majority don't end up pursuing their business because they get a lot of mga what ifs and mga discouragement. So don't worry if yung main network mo won't support you. But if you talk to your target market and it makes sense to them, continue it. So, yun.
Ganon pala yun. Ganon yun. Ganon pala yun. So I can sense some collaboration brewing here, here in this call. Yeah, and speaking of problem solving, talagang alam kong Miss Laris is really a problem solver. Kasi, di ba, in the first few months or days of the pandemic, Miss Laris, if hindi nyo ba if hindi nyo alam, sa mga hindi nakakaalam pala, she started a fundraiser para sa mga
I
PPEs
know
to
it.
the hospitals, and she distributed them to the sa madaming hospitals, and she is really a blessing. Grabe. Talagang saludo ako sa babaeng to.
Mm.
Grabe, ang galing. Very good. Thank you very much for sharing that really inspiring thoughts. And yes, Miss Ma'am Nerissa. Yes po.
Hello, everyone. Oh, actually, I think I had enough for the night na kasi upon hearing si Miss Aja at saka si Miss Pure, alam mo, I was really moved eh. Even when I heard it from ano din kay Benji, I was moved kasi after hearing all of you, ano eh, parang you were all moved by ano, compassion, especially
Mm.
yung initiative ni Laris. I saw it, yung talagang nag-take siya ng initiative na through her friends and also si Miss ano din, Janae, di ba? Na nakita ko kung how really she wanted to help out talaga. And it is really a matter. And then dun kay Benji, at first, nawawa ko when he was telling about na he has this branch na, ganyan. So I was like,
Mm.
siguro darating din ako doon. And then he ended up na, oh, I only have 8,000. So I really feel like this is really this is really the time that we really have to thrive, not just to survive, diba? We don't need to be like in a survival mode lang. And ako, I will be very honest na at first I was thinking about lang na I do have savings, okay? Because from opening a business, I mean an events management company way back in November. So it's just few months ago. I spent a lot. Rather, we spent a lot. So before pa kami mag-events management, we open up also our travel agency and we're doing good. Kasi all our clients
Wow.
talaga is from Dubai na, di ba? So we have all our market na. So regardless ano man yan, local man yan or abroad, we were doing fine. And then all of a sudden, tas pinasukan namin ng events. And then it's just a snap of a finger, di ba? Parang sabi ko, Lord, kasi ako, I am a very positive woman talaga ako eh. I don't have any, I never entertain question mark talaga. I don't have it. I'm not buying it. So, lagi lang akong ano, okay, what's next? Ganun ako eh, what's next? Kasi siguro, been in the management position na, di ba? Pag nasa management ka ni kasi, you have to be the yung frontliner ka talaga. You have to be the gatekeeper na so yung mga followers mo, yung mga colleagues mo, which is under you, they will find strength in you eh. So I don't want anyone, even my family, my husband, my children, see me like, oh, parang, bakit ganon? Bakit ganon? Bakit yung events nagsara, yung travel agency nagsara, di ba? So, I'm not buying it eh. Wala talaga akong, oo nga, bakit ganon? Kasi I always talaga trust in the Lord lang eh. Kasi I know that all
Mm.
things work together for good, diba? To them that love God and to them who are called according to His purpose. So I was like, Lord, is it a redirection for us? So what you would like us to do? So doon kami nag-focus. So what's next? And then nakita ko nga si husband. At first, it is more of hobby lang eh. So parang sabi ko, nakikita niya na nagbebenta na yung mga ka-groups, ganyan. So inaral niya. And then I will be very honest with you guys. I was like, alam mo yung close-minded ako na, oh, I think na hindi yan mag-work kasi naman, hello, kesa bumili sila ng pang-isda, they will buy na lang food na lang nila, di ba? They're gonna buy their own food rather than buying food for their pets. So, sabi ko, it doesn't make sense. So then, parang nireject ko siya. Alam mo yun, nireject ko si husband. And then sabi ko, okay, this is the deal. Parang pag nakita ko na nakabenta siya ng 50 sump, yung overhead sump filter, sabi ko, ganun talaga, may ganun pa ako, I may help you with that. So, nakita ko, aba, naubos yung 50 niya. 50 overhead
Wow.
pump niya. So, sabi ko, wow, edi ngayon talagang, oy, bumida na ako. Sabi ko, I think I have to be, alam mo yung mag-involve na ako. So, naggawa na kami ng page, ganyan. Tapos, naghanap na ako ng supplier, ganito, ganyan. Tapos, alam mo ba, during this pandemic, this is really a blessing kasi financially, parang mas naging okay kami, to be honest. Sabi ko, tingnan mo yung redirection ng Lord, di ba? You may see it like
Mm.
a hardship or a trial, but it will ended up like talagang by faith lang eh, Lord, bahala ka na. So then, yun, so nag-start kami sa overhead sump lang, 3 pieces, and then later on, they asked for this. Okay, so yung kinita namin sa sump, we bought this, and then yung kinita namin dun sa product ngayon, we bought another product. So, ngayon, dumami talaga yung products. And then, yung blessing doon is, we were looking for a better supplier. Kasi syempre, better supplier, mas better yung income, di ba? Yung ano namin. So, alam mo ba yung blessing doon? Kasi nga, we are known na eh. Sabi nga, nagulat ako,
Wow.
yung hinahanap namin na supplier na hindi namin mahanap kasi ayaw nilang sabihin kasi sole distributor daw dito yon sa Philippines. So, nagulat ako, biglang 7:30 nag-message siya sa page. Sabi niya, hi, sabi niya, ganon. Sabi ko, hello, ganon, ganon. Tapos sabi niya, ako, sa akin tong ganitong product. So I was like, oh, sabi ko, you are the one we're looking for. Sabi ko, by the way, sabi ko, by the way, what's the reason for this message, if I may ask? Sabi niya, well, kasi sabi niya, natutuwa ako. Sabi ko, by the way, paano niyo kami nakilala? Sabi ko, paano niyo kami? Kasi we've been looking for you and then here you are, na ikaw yung nag-approach namin. Sabi niya, kasi nakita ko kayo sa Facebook, very active kayong mag-asawa. Nakakatuwa yung initiative niyo. So, parang yung parang pampa-good vibes, isa yun eh, pampa-good vibes. Tapos, syempre, nakikita ko rin na, alam niyo yung talagang smile dun sa face ng mga hobbyist, iba eh. Iba yung nakita ko yung pag nakita ko na hawak na nila yung overhead pump filter nila for their pets, iba yung joy. Tapos talagang they do save for it. So sabi ko nga na nakakatulong din kami in a way na kasi yung mga fish keepers, they ended up being na rin businessman. Kasi let's say yung flower horn, yung fry niyan, pag nanganak ang fish ng let's say 1,000 pieces, di ba? So
Wow.
per piece, yes, actually a flower horn talaga
Pabili
manganganak.
po.
Yes, 1,000 pieces. And then one piece you can sell it for 300 pesos. Can you imagine? So
Aja.
to be honest, yes, nag-survive kami sa pandemic because of these fishes, you know. So tapos yun din, nakakatuwa kasi parang yung in the middle na parang sasabihin mo na, ay parang paano na kami, wala na kaming travel agency, paano na kami, wala na kaming events. Sabi ko, Lord, bahala ka na. Pero I see it as an opportunity. I see it, tsaka I really embrace challenges. Ganun lang, lagi lang akong, okay, what's next? Let's move forward. And okay, this is challenges, it's okay, let's embrace it, tapos let's explore another opportunities, so there's no room for negativities. And yung kay Laris din, tama ka Laris, kasi they were saying, oh, sabi niya, from country manager ka na, nakita ka pa namin sa ANC or whatsoever, na-interview kasi ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Kumbaga yung mga position na yon, wala naman yun sa head mo, 'di ba? Kasi ganyan kay pa if you're a child of God, you take it as a blessings, hindi yun napupunta dito sa mind mo. So sabi nga nila, si CEO, sabi niya gano'n. Kasi ganda-ganda pa ng website namin, nakita mo naman yan, Leris, sa ni Dom, 'di ba? Sila talaga yung gumawa niyan. Sabi nila, si CEO nagde-deliver na. Kasi alam mo kung bakit? Kasi natutuwa sila pag nakita nilang mismo kami nagde-deliver. Tapos pinopost namin yan sa FB page namin. Then they called us Mr. and Mrs. Juggernaut. And then you might ask, why is it Juggernaut? Okay? So why is it Juggernaut? Kasi si husband, when he was in college, he was called talaga ng mga tropa niya ng Juggernaut. So talagang yun yung tawag sa kanya nung college siya. Kaya since nag-try siya, naggawa lang siya actually ng group, sa Mandaluyong group. Hindi, nagulat kami, yung response, 1,000 na yung pumasok doon sa group na yon, tapos tinag na siya. Tapos nagulat kami, every time na may mga order sila na accessories for fish keeping, saka nakita niyo yung hair niya, pampa-good vibes yun eh. Oo, gumawa kami ng drama.
Dumating po si
Natutuwa
Mr.
sila.
Juggernaut.
Oo, kita nila yung kulot siya, tapos dinedeliver namin. Talagang, sir, pa-picture naman sa'yo eh. So, kanya-kanya ding di ba? So, kanya-kanya
Nice.
ding so nakikita siyang kulot, tapos sabi nila, ayan,
Ayan po,
ayan siya.
pa-picture.
Oo, so nakikita siya. Tapos pagka, ay, sir, ikaw yan. Sige, sir, pa-picture kami. Tapos, alam niyo, pag na-visit niyo yung page namin, and just like, we started I think in April, yung May ako naging serious tumulong sa kanya, bandang June na. Grabe, everyday talaga yung mga reviews nila. Ang gaganda, as in positive lahat. And then, alam ko naman, it came from the Lord, di ba? Kasi nothing we can do, di ba, without God's favor. So nakikita ko yung positivity, nagke-create kami ng positivity kahit sa mga frontliners nga 'di ba? Minsan, saan kayo sir? Pag nakita na yung buhok niya. Okay. Hindi na kami kino-question kasi yung kailangan mo ring gumimik 'yon. So kailangan may dapat meron din 'yon, yung mga piece of advice lang let's less negativity, sabi nga ni Laris, tapos let's explore opportunities, embrace lang natin ang challenges, and then yung kay Benji, talagang sabi ko nga, Benji, nung sinabi mo kanina, you had 8,000. Tapos sabi ko, shucks, paano yun? Tapos tayo, may konti pa namang amount, more than 8,000. Tapos feeling mo, kawawang-kawawa ka na. Diba? Parang, hindi siguro. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, Lord, ang pera ko, magwa 1 year na, eto na lang. Okay? I committed to you, eto na lang. Sabi ko, paano na to? Pero alam mo, talagang if you are faithful nagulat na lang ako na
Mm.
continuous yung pasok nung pera. Continuous. Sabi nga,
Wow, praise God
may
po.
top run over, hindi siya talaga nauubos. Kasi, we live by faith, di ba? Kasi everything which is not of sin is of faith. I mean, everything is not of faith is a sin. So, sige lang, kung anong kailangan ibenta, ibenta lang yan. Tapos, kung napapasaya natin ang mga tao, let's do this. That would be our goal. Ako, kahit na sabi ko nga, oo nga, ba't pa ako sumasama sa delivery, di ba? Kasi, pero nagugulat ako kasi they tagged us, ito na si Mr. and Mrs. Jogger. I think we can
Kilala na
work
po
out.
kayo.
Yes, I think we can work out together, Jenny, then, dun sa delivery siguro, di ba? Kasi,
Ayan,
parang
grabe.
medyo, alam mo ba, meron na talagang kumukuha, nagpapa-order pa, nationwide. Sabi nga nung best friend ko dun sa Dubai, wow, madam, nationwide ka na. Sabi ko, hindi ko nga alam paano nangyari to. Sige lang, go, go, go lang. Sabi niya, hindi pa nga naiingat.
Wow.
CEO ka, nagde-deliver. Kiber, di ba? Ano naman kung at least pampa-good vibes. So, yun lang, let's go, go, go lang talaga
Wow.
struggles. Okay? So, it's okay.
Really great.
Thank
Really
you.
inspiring po talaga. Grabe. Napaka-inspiring. Sana po after this one, makaisip na din ako.
Oo,
Well,
start ka na.
there's so many things that are common among you four.
Mhm.
May mga fighting spirit po talaga.
Mhm.
Kayo, problem solver kayo lahat.
Mhm.
Most especially, you have this helpful spirit na always thinking
Mhm.
about others and how to bless them. And of course, you acknowledge God's guidance and blessings in your life. So, thank you very much po talaga. And we will now open the floor to our live viewers. And yeah,
Meron pa
there are
pala.
questions na here. Yes, sorry po. Meron pa
Si
po.
Benji.
Ako pa pala.
So, I'll just ask this one question and then I will. Okay, this question. First question is for Laris. Okay. How to thrive above ayan na siya. How to thrive above among competitors out there, how to study the target market. These are the challenge that we are facing in our starter business. We're starting online business din po, sabi ni Miss Sherry Pange. Miss Laris.
Yes, actually, good question yan kasi it's a constant question na you have to keep in mind, no, even journeying throughout the business. Pero I think a challenge yan is first do an inward journey first. Assess muna your strengths before comparing yourself to the competitors. Kasi madali ka masway. Ang challenge with businesses is when you see your competitor doing something, ang goal mo is, okay, gagawin ko din yan, no? So, and when you do that, nawawala talaga yung differentiator, like what sets you apart. So, I think the best part is first, finalize your concept based on your target market's need. Tapos, what is your strength? What can you be known for, or what can you highlight na hindi pa nasa-solve ng competitor? Kasi if you're just out there, yun nga parang nakakapagtaka, di ba? Ang daming tea brands, ang daming delivery brands, ang daming computer cafes or whatnot. But how can you stand out? And to stand out is to genuinely improve on what's already existing in the market and to constantly shift your business model. So this is actually good. Ang naging blessing sa pandemic, I would say, is pivoting your business. So shifting your business model. At one point, dahil people are used to doing things, parang naging habit na siya, di ba? Pero at one point talagang shake niyan na kailangan ma-restructure mo and reorganize. So I think this is the best time to rethink, revisit your business model, and at the same time, discover your strength, focus on that, and you're halfway there. So, yun, just focus
Wow.
on your strength, challenge
Ayan.
talaga. Yeah.
Yes. I hope, yes, na-answer talaga yung question na yun. Don't focus on the competitors. Focus on your strength. Now, for the next question to Sir Benji, what gave you courage to make business decisions knowing the uncertainties of the pandemic?
Well, for me, uh, one of my mentor told me, or sinabi niya sa akin na iba magdesisyon yung taong gipit sa taong may fallback pa o may babalikan. So, ako yung taong gipit. So, well, the beauty during this pandemic is na parang alam mo yung nakasettle na lahat ng mga negosyante na okay na kami dito sa kanya-kanya naming industry and profession. Tapos parang hinawakan ni Lord yung jar, tapos inalog niya. Sino unang magiging kalmado, sino unang magde-decide ng tama, sino unang gagawa nito. Sila yung nakikita ko na mag-strive or sila yung ano. So, what I did was I tried my best to keep calm and to talk to the right person and to ignore the people that na medyo nakakagulo ng konti. So I tried my best to pakalmahin mo yung sarili ko para makapag-desisyon naman tama. Kasi
Correct.
ang gulo talaga lalo na yung first week, sobrang gulo, sobrang daming pumapasok sa isip ko, sobrang daming pumapasok sa ano. So unahan kung sino yung unang magiging okay yung kakakuha ng peace of mind, siya yung unang makakaano. And fortunately, katulad ni Ma'am Jen, katulad siguro natin lahat na by nature negosyante, tayo giver tayo. So it breaks our heart to ask help to others talaga. And siguro yun yung yun ang ginawa ng pandemic, it humbled me down again. Balik tayo ulit kay Lord. Tapos, so, I think that's that and also by family, syempre. My two daughters, takaw pa naman ng isa. Ang lakas kumain. So, kailangan ko talaga kumain. So, yun yung biggest motivation ko.
Yeah. Iba ang diskarte ng taong gipit.
Yes.
Sa taong may
Diba?
fallback pa. Grabe. Quotable quotes yun, sabi ni Ms. Zai Lopez. All right. Maybe we'll answer the questions a little briefly because we don't have much time. So, yes, to Miss Janae, how hard was it to let go of hosting and what helped you cope? I think you're still muted.
Okay.
There.
Sorry, I'm on mute. Yeah, it was really hard actually. I remember that first week or first 2 weeks, emotional talaga ako. I was crying, parang paano na, parang, and you can't help but be emotional kasi if at that point, if you're being realistic, clearly there's no way there's going to be an event. And for me, who grew up in an event, I've been hosting since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
Can you imagine? I'm 40. So all my life, that's what I do. You know? Parang, okay, paano na ngayon? Eto sa'yo, paano na ngayon, di ba? And how did I cope? I would say that I'm very fortunate that in my line of work, I know the importance of building relationships with people, building a really good network of support, whether it's business owners, whether it's friends, because at that point, I would say honestly that this group of business owners that I'm with became a really, not necessarily because they talk to me one by one, but the fact that I know that I have a network of business owners who will support me on whatever direction I'm going to shift into, somehow gave me that strength na, o sige, meron kang bagong gustong itry, you know, everyone else in this exclusive business group that I'm in is all for you. Parang mas nakakadagdag siya ng push.
Aja.
Sige, kaya natin yan. Paano ka namin supportahan? Di ba, Aja? Di ba, ganon. And so that's one. And then also, I'm really, really fortunate. I had one event noong January. I had an international client who does who does business development coaching. So they were my client. I did an event for them. And then now it turned out na parang naging business coach ko ngayon sila. So having that difference, so syempre meron ka ng network of your mga friends mo na business owners who support you. And then you have an international perspective. And somehow somehow parang medyo mas malawak yung vision ng konti kasi tayo medyo may tendency din tayo na we
Mm.
look only right in front of us. So it helped me. So yeah, having a good, wonderful support and having a coach, whether it's a business coach or a life coach, I think maybe si Larry, yun na yung
Oo
next
nga.
step niya. Life coach.
Pure coach.
Diba? Yeah, when you have a coach kasi, para they show you a perspective na you didn't really see, and somehow it makes you realize, oo nga, why not? Right? Oo nga. Kasi kung parang if we stick to the conversation that we have in our heads, we're just gonna go down
Mm.
if we're not careful. If we're not careful, diba?
Wow.
So I'm so grateful. Thank
Wow,
you.
yeah, I'm sure
Yes.
everybody
Shout out
agrees.
to
Yeah, I'm
shout out
sure
to
yes. Ayan. Thank you po. Yes, support talaga, no? Very important talaga yung support. And last question, and this goes to Miss Narisa. How do you network during the pandemic? Right now, we are having a hard time to look po for customers or clients. So, yeah, paano po daw? You're still muted po.
Okay, so for me, first things first, you really have to identify your target market. Okay, so at this point of time, I think the most available, and of course, it's free yung social media. Okay, and this is really helpful in terms of building up your customers. And as I mentioned, just first identify your market. So let's say if you are into, let's say for us, let's take it from us. So we are into hobbyist. So first si husband, he built relationship muna. Tapos he figured out what kind of people are we looking at. So he joined the groups. So I think in your case, Carl, you can do the same. Join each groups. You should never take advantage na marami
Mm.
nang gumagawa niyan, or baka dun sila bibili kasi mas malaki yung company nila. Okay, never entertain. So just be focused. Just be focused on your own business. Don't be bothered by those giants na they've been into the industry na. So I think they were gonna buy to them. So no, first establish your target market. Second, utilize the available resources such as social media, since it's for free. And then a third, you have to you have to make a gimmick somehow, or try something new. Like you have to establish your branding, if I may say. Okay, so
Mm.
make sure that if they heard that particular brand, they make sure that they will the first thing that they will remember is you. Okay, and number four, and I think the most important then is um, um, be unique. Okay, be unique. Let's say if someone is, or if a certain company does already this thing, I think it's time for you to come up with your own. Like for us, now we were tagged as Mr. and Mrs. Juggernaut. So yun, we were tagged as that. And then yun nga, be unique. And then lastly, um not to be stagnant. Okay, always
Mm.
thrive for opportunities, always learn from our mistakes or from our struggles. And then I think you should always find strength din talaga from others. It could be your business associates, it could be your husband, your friends. And yung last din talaga is always, okay, this is very important, guys, okay, as I learned it, never take advantage yung mga existing customers mo. So, kasi
Mm.
90% ng business mo is consisted ng mga existing clients mo. So, retention is very important. So,
Wow.
make sure that you are taking care of them. For me, hindi ako yung tipo ng tao, ignore ko na yan, bumili na yan sa akin ng 3 sampe. Ganun eh. So, I never do that. I never do that. Kasi the mere fact na he or she has been our customers talaga, na previously I could have focused na lang dito sa mga new customers, but again, 90% of our business is talagang consist by our existing. So retention is very important. So that's all, Carl.
Wow. All right, Carl. Narinig mo na ang sagot. Yes, we are all learning from you po. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for your time to share your experiences, your stories during this pandemic, and how you thrived, not only survived this pandemic. And yeah, and so we have winners. May
Wow.
winners po tayo sa ating mga watchers, sa ating mga viewers. But
Viewers.
before I announce the winners, I would like to say thanks and I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. We have Simply Accounting PH, that's business registration and accounting services. We also have Grandma Said na healthy foods ang kanilang business. And we also have another sponsor, Flores Reyes Children's Clinic. That's online consultation and flu vaccination. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa ating mga sponsors sana who made this webinar possible. And so yes, ang inaabangan ng mga ating viewers, we have winners and one of our organizers will contact you kung paano nyo ma-claim ang inyong prizes or maybe syempre ipapadala na lang ito sa inyo for sure. We have Cherry Pange. We have Karen Abanilla and Carl Sino Cruz. Ayan, tatlo po kayo, tatlong winners for I'm sure that you will be happy to receive your prizes for this webinar. Grabe no, nakinig na kayo, madami pa kayong natutunan, may pa-BH. May pa-prize pa. So congratulations Cherry Pange, Karen Abanilla and Sir Carl Sino Cruz. Okay, Sino Cruz pa. All right, so thank you very much, Ma'am Narisa. Maraming salamat po,
Yes,
Sir
yes,
Benji, Miss Janae, Miss Larise. Thank you very much for gracing this webinar. We are so blessed to have you guys here, to have listened to your experiences and your stories on how you thrived this pandemic. So there you have it, guys. You have heard their inspiring stories of how they started their businesses. And it's not also too late for you to start your own. So thank you very much for staying with us. And I hope that you were blessed as much as I am. Thank you very much, guys. Good night. God bless you all. Stay safe. Bye
pati ako
bye.
kumakaway.
Yeah. Bye po.